Welcome to a Get Up Radio Moment with Alan Cousin. Today's Get Up Radio Moment is about the loved and belated Jetta Jones. Jetta Jones was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, on August 8, 1952, and passed away on Wednesday, July 29, 2026. Known throughout America as the Voodoo Lady on the Tom Joyner Show, Jetta's comedy and spirit was enjoyed by many. Here is Get Up Radio founder Alan Cousin speaking on Jetta Jones.
Hello there, this is Alan Cousin, founder of Get Up Radio and Get Up Radio Media. Today I'd like to take a moment of my time to speak about a dear friend, more so I would say a family member to me, that unfortunately has now left this earth and I am sure is enjoying herself in heaven. The person I'm speaking about, many do know. Of course, your generation, your younger generation probably don't, but the older generation definitely does. And that person is Jetta Jones. Jetta Jones passed away last Thursday. And let me tell you, when her daughter called me and let me know that she had passed away, it just shocked me. I remember so many great times with Jetta. I mean, she was known as the Voodoo Woman on Tom Joyner Morning Show for a reason. You know, she's from New Orleans. She had the history and heritage of New Orleans in her. Comedy was not a situation for Jetta. Jetta was not someone where she had to think about the comedy. Jetta was born with the comedy. I mean, that woman can make anybody laugh no matter what type of day you had. And I used to remember the many times that we would go to Anita's on Broad Street. Anita's Diner, actually. And she would say, Alan, always remember now, the world is just like a stage, and it's just waiting for you to perform. So you better get to it. And then she'd give us that crazy laugh of hers, you know. And this would be like at 1, 2 in the morning, you know, we'd be at Anita's Diner. She'd be eating her liver and grits. I'd be eating some shrimp and grits, and you know, we just have a great old time talking about business, music, entertainment. She would tell me her stories, I would tell her my stories, and you know, she would help me to understand some dramatics and backlogs of the entertainment industry. You know, she would give me the in-depth of what the entertainment industry was about. But she was always a positive person. She would just find a way to make you laugh. It's like you're going to laugh before you leave that conversation. And I loved her for it. I mean, we were actually talking about having Jetta Jones on the Get Up Radio comeback, and she wanted to call it Jetta's Neighborhood. You know, because she was like, I've always wanted Alan to have a show where I can call it Jetta's Neighborhood, you know? Coming to my neighborhood, enjoying my style of comedy, and enjoying who I am and what I can be. And I was like, that sounds cool to me, Jetta. You know? So I was just like really, you know, very surprised and shocked. And her daughter was, you know, about to move back to New Orleans to take care of her, because you know Jetta had this rare disease, unfortunately, which is why she had to quit the Tom Joyner Morning Show. And it was very hard for her because entertainment was all Jetta knew. You know, she didn't understand how to do anything but entertain. I mean, she has been with the greats. You know, she's been in various movies. She was in various sitcoms, various comedy tours. She understood how to make that human soul feel good and how to take it and mold it and just make it laugh. And I truly am going to miss that with Jetta. Because even though she was going through pain with this disease, she still tried her best to keep you laughing. And so I want to say, you know, I miss you, Jetta. I know you're up there in heaven probably making all kind of people laugh. I can only imagine the jokes you're giving and how many people are just laying down, rolling on their ass, laughing because of you. You know, now her daughter's still going to move to New Orleans, you know, and we have talked about maybe trying to make a room that will be a museum called Jetta's Room, so that people who do remember Jetta, who did enjoy Jetta Jones, can maybe come and see some of those things that Jetta has, and see the remnants of Jetta, and what made Jetta Jones, So we are talking about that. Of course, this is a very sensitive moment in time right now, so we're not really getting into it, but it is definitely something we're talking about. But I just wanted to take my time, because a lot of times, Get Up Radio will get the staff to create a video and talk about, someone who passed away and give a, nice history of the person and so forth. But in this particular situation, this particular moment coming that is about Jetta Jones, I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to make a, video about the death of Jetta Jones. No, we're going to have me, Alan Cousin, founder, talk about Jetta Jones, talk about Voodoo Woman, talk about JJ, because she deserves that. She deserves that and more, because she was always there to promote, always there to support, always there to turn a frown upside down. But she had that New Orleans in her, she had that Creole, she had that ethnic, she had that audacity, she had that female empowerment, but she had that soul, that core of comedy and laughter that just made you feel good after being with her. And I'm never going to forget any of those days, any of those memories and moments in time that I got to spend with Jetta Jones. And though I'll still get to spend time with her daughter, who is just as hilarious, just as hysterical, let me tell you, okay? I mean, Reese, girl, whoo, that girl can make you laugh just as much. I'm not going to say that she couldn't, because if she didn't have stage fright, bro, she could have easily took over and said, okay, I'm the next one coming, But unfortunately, she does have stage fright, so, just not in her opportune moment to be a comedian. But she still knows how to make you laugh just as much, because we've had some times too, let me tell you. So I just wanted to take this moment, like I said, and just speak about my dear friend, my dear family member, Jetta Jones. JJ, baby. And I want to tell you that I'm going to miss you. And I will continue to think about you. Because I would call Jetta, ever so often, probably like once a month, just to check up on her, even twice a month when opportunity allowed. Because, I just wanted to make sure she was doing all right. And the funny thing is, every time I called to check up on her, she was always worried about me. How are you doing now? What are you going? Where are you going? What do you need to do? Are you okay? And that just goes to show you the character of who she was. Showed you the true identity, the realism of who this woman was. She wasn't just a fake it and make it. She was the real deal. She was the one that said, this is Jetta. Take me as I am. And if you don't like me, then that's all I could do is be me. And that's what I loved about her. So, Jetta, this goes to you up there in the blue skies, wherever you may be. Because knowing you, you probably say, I'm not going to be in heaven all the time. I got to go check out things because I can do what I want now, and I'm going to just check it out, because she loved to travel. So I can just imagine her trying to travel through space, travel through skies, coming back and forth, doing her thing, trying to still make people laugh, whether they can see her or not. I'm going to make this person laugh. I'm going to find a way to make this person laugh. I can see Jetta doing that, even as a ghost, okay? The ghost of Jetta Jones, okay? I mean, I can see the movie, The Ghost of Jetta Jones. Beware, her voodoo is bringing her back, and she's more comical than ever, So, but I just want to say my condolences to Reese and the family. And as I said before, Jetta, I just want to tell you I'm going to miss you. I want to let you know that I will think about you and that our love was true. One love, baby, all the way. And Get Up Radio will always have you in their hearts. I will probably have a page dedicated to Jetta, if possible, just because that's how much she meant to me. So, because she taught me about comedy, she taught me about entertainment, she introduced me to so many different people, and she was always like, come on, Alan, come on, You can come with me. I'm gonna get you in. You know. And it was nice having that support. It was nice having someone who really believed in me at times when I needed it the most. And she always did. She always said, come on, Alan, let's go to Anita's. We're going to talk. And guess what? We're going to make this work. We're going to find a way to get you where you got to go. And we're going to get that motivation up and running. And we're going to get you getting up with Get Up Radio. You know? So I just want to say thank you, Jetta. Thank you so much for everything you've done and all the things you did and all the words of support you gave. And may you enjoy your life now with heaven and your family and your relatives and friends and God. And just always remember that we will always think about you, because as they always say, a person never goes away as long as you keep the memories. And I will definitely keep my memories of you. So this is Alan Cousin of Get Up Radio signing off and saying thank you, Jetta, for the memories. Thank you for the laughs. But more so, thank you for just being you. Have a great day, everyone. And if you don't know who Jetta is, then you need to Google her and you need to find out who she is. Because trust me, if you didn't get the opportunity of seeing her on stage or in a movie, then you definitely missed out on the golden one. All right, one love, everyone. Have a great day.
This was a Get Up Radio moment with Alan Cousin. Thank you for listening and look forward to Get Up Radio coming back on the air in September of 2026. Get Up with Life. The world at Get Up Radio, the generation station. This was